Good morning and welcome to WKNI TV 25 once again live at 10 minutes after the hour. And we've got the Honorable Dr. Riedel from LBW President. Doc, thanks for coming on.
Good morning, Eddie. Good to see you.
We've had a few laughs already this morning.
Absolutely.
But that's what it's about, being in the community, being, real, being a part of it, and getting the information out there is what we do. And people like you come on here and talk about the areas of your expertise, and you've got several, by the way, not just being over at the college. We'll talk about those too. But LBW, over the past 5 years, you're celebrating your 5th anniversary?
Well, this is my 5th year. I'm starting my 5th year at LBW.
So 5 years there. Many students that I've talked to going through there and local people have said it's been a huge, huge difference over the years.
Well, thank you.
A lot of people in the community have said there's a lot of progressive thinking going on out there.
Well, you have to keep in mind, LBW has been part of this community since 1969, and actually the MacArthur campus, originally at MacArthur State Technical College, since 1965.
Wow.
So we're celebrating some anniversaries. This year also is the 10th year of the merger of LBW Junior College and MacArthur State Technical College. It's hard to imagine 10 years have gone by, but they have, and it's been a successful merger. College is doing well.
I remember I worked at WAMI over in Op when that happened, and that was a huge news thing then, and that was, wow, can you believe LBW and MacArthur, joined together? That railroad track that everybody talks about between Op and Andalusia disappeared that day, and a lot of great things going on there. The curriculum that you have at LBW is pretty diverse. It's not just...
It is extremely diverse, and there are opportunities. We often say you can start at LBW and literally go anywhere and do anything.
Well, a lot of folks are doing that, and it's an opportunity for our young people to get through. Expensive and expenses and stuff like that. You get on the social pages, and they've got, these for sale pages on there, and you see people selling textbooks. And they're very expensive.
They are, and I'm glad you brought that up, Eddie, because we've done something really innovative. We've been struggling with the high cost of textbooks, and it's something we really don't have any control over at the individual college level. But we've done a couple things. We do have book buybacks. We sell used books in the bookstore. And this spring, for the first time, we have a textbook rental program that is available to students. And it's the cost varies, but it's managed by an outside company, and the college makes it available right from our website.
Well, that's outstanding, because it gives you 3 different levels to work with to help people. Well, actually 4. You can buy new, you can buy used.
And increasingly, you can get e-books. So imagine having a backpack full of those heavy, thick books and having all your books on a tablet like that.
I love this thing, by the way. We were talking about it off the air.
They're not all available in that format yet, but it's getting there.
Wow.
It's really it's a coming thing.
Well, technology has moved along. In fact, I was going to tell you before we went on the air, a lot of times about this time in the morning, my son calls, and he's on Skype, and he's in Afghanistan. So... we have that opportunity to share every morning with them. Our guests love it because they get to see, Billy over there. I don't know if it'll happen. There's, wait, no, he might be on vacation. He was supposed to go on R&R.
Yeah, we hadn't heard whether
right. So, yeah, he's supposedly on R&R, hopefully today, if the helicopter pilot don't leave him behind again.
Okay.
But anyway, back to LBW. How expensive is it now for a person, individual? I mean, no scholarships, no, anything, just bare bone, going into LBW and saying, hey, look, I want to get a 2-year degree, all right, and I'm just using a generic 2-year degree. Right. How hard is that? And expensive?
It is very affordable. First of all, the majority of our students do have some form of financial aid, so nobody should not apply for admission because they think they cannot afford it. There's literally a program out there that can help anybody. But if you were self-paying, it goes by the number of courses you take. We use credit hours that calculate that. But basically, if you're a full-time student, you would be paying approximately $2,000, a little less than $2,000 for one semester. So if you go fall and spring, that's $4,000. And again, in many cases, that is completely paid for through a Pell Grant. In fact, we have many students who qualify for a full Pell Grant, which is $5,500, and their tuition fees and books leave some money over. So several weeks into the semester, they actually get a check, which is issued from the college. We call it a Pell refund check. And typically, the college issues about $1 million in refund checks every fall and every spring.
To the student?
To the student, and the student takes those checks, takes it to the bank and cashes it or deposits it, and then takes that money and spends it.
We talked about that earlier.
But buy groceries, buy gas, living expenses.
It's a great opportunity, and I noticed too in high school graduations, there are some scholarships that are given to students, to LBW, and from different organizations. But this is the next step. I mean, when I got out of high school, the last thing I wanted to think about was going back to school. I ended up going in the military, but once I got in the military, I realized, wait a minute. I like going to school.
Well, Eddie, during the month of February, LBW has sponsored something for years we call it College 101. And we invite all the high school seniors, they come with their class, and spend a day at our campus, either here in Andalusia or Greenville or MacArthur in Opp. And we tell them, what college is like. And I have the opportunity to speak to these students, and we did this last Friday, and I told them, like I always do, that I encourage them to go to college somewhere, because nowadays you certainly have opportunities without college, but the best opportunities are going to require some education beyond high school. In fact, there are statistics that in this state, by the year 2018, there's going to be 660,000 new jobs.
Wow.
Well, of those, over 400,000 are going to require some education beyond college. And that may be a 2-year degree. It may be a certificate. That's a 9-month certificate. We have a new culinary arts certificate now.
I want to talk about that.
Which is 9 months. Start in the fall, finish in May, and graduate, and you're a college graduate with a certificate. Gives you much better employability, better salaries. We have 2-year degrees, associate degrees in healthcare, like our medical sonography program, where straight out of school, the starting salary is $45,000 to $50,000 a year, and virtually all graduates get jobs. Now, they don't all get jobs in Covington County.
Right.
But with overtime, they can make a lot more money. If any of your viewers are looking to advance themselves, and maybe they feel, well, I've been in school, I don't really like schoolwork so much, and that they're thinking of the theoretical part, but they're good with their hands, our welding program is very successful, and it is about to take off, because we actually received a federal grant that's going to allow us to buy additional equipment, hire an additional faculty member, greatly expand what we're doing. And again, there, the income potential with a degree in welding, our welding instructor, Mr. Bronner, told me that he had a graduate who was making in the 6 figures, over 100,000 with overtime.
They get offshore, they get onto some of these other things. Welders, I know many welders here locally, and very good living.
And we have a truck driver training program, which is 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So with 6 weeks, and you can make a living wage, good work.
I've seen
you're
the trucks,
willing.
I guess, was it Onaco, the old Oniki? Where's that at? Or is that over in Evergreen? I'm lost. Never mind. It's your...
Well, it's based in Opp, actually.
Oh, okay. But I've seen the big trucks parked somewhere over there. I can't remember where it is. But it's a good program, because I know some of the drivers that come out of there. Anyway, I'm being yelled at to go to a quick commercial break.
Absolutely.
And when we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about the things we are, but there's also adult education available
Absolutely.
at LBW. And I'll be honest with you, we don't hear enough about that outside because, like I was going to a moment ago, I went in the Air Force, I went overseas, I'm a Vietnam veteran, I came back, I continued my education, not in broadcasting as you can tell, but, I continued on in firefighting and the medical field. And and it's not always used, but I did use it for my career, and it was a great asset. And here we have something local, folks, that you go look at some of the other towns, and you don't have this available there, and we're just so lucky to have the heart of the LBW community right here in Andalusia, and looking forward to talk about the dorms coming, so housing for the students as well. We'll be right back right after this. You do have one more thing to say before we go to commercial break. Since Teresa's not there, you get to say keep it real.
Keep it real.
Keep God in it. We'll be back right after these messages. Thank you and God bless.